another interesting topic. Sometimes there are rumors about strange behavior in connection between animals and the dying people. Can animals sense the presence of the dying?
Interesting question. Yes, they do seem to. For example, we could take this at a very simple level. Do animals know when their keeper dies? Yes, they do. Some of them become very upset. And there are one or two accounts in the literature of dogs that will go and sit on their master's grave and will refuse to eat. And in fact, they'll finally starve to death, hoping that he will come back. But the other thing is that at the time of death, it seems that they can sense the death of their master or mistress. And dogs will howl. Cats don't make continuous meowing noises. What they do is they have a change in behavior. They won't sit in their usual places in the household. So you get a change in the cat's behavior. Now, what about birds? Now, there's something very interesting. There are two things which are interesting about birds. The first is that they may come back, or the people who die feel that the person who's died comes back as a bird. And I got some lovely stories of this. One is he was particularly interested in a sort of bird. I can't remember what the type was. But at any rate, a bird of that character came in through the kitchen window, which was open. And the wife, because it was the man who had died, the bird came in and looked at the wife and walked past the cat. And the cat did nothing. I mean, cats don't behave like that. Bird coming in, that's supper. And in this case, the cat did nothing. The bird went into the room where the woman was sitting, stayed there for a bit, and then flew out. And she knew it was her husband. And so she said goodbye to him, and then he went out and flew away. I don't know. It's just interesting because there's, first of all, the abnormal behavior of the bird, and secondly, there is the recognition of wife behaving abnormally by the wife. So these are interesting phenomena which we can't really explain at the moment.
It sounds kind of like a seventh sense for approaching death that manifests itself now in the animal's behavior. Yes,
I'd agree with that. And you get other stories. For example, we got given another story of a man who was a sort of very proper guy, always dressed in proper clothes and so on, a good company man, I think you can call him. And he died. And the very next day after he died, an owl flew into the village. They never had owls before, sat in a tree. And the character of the owl was just that, of a sort of proper dressed man. And the owl sat there until the funeral. When the funeral was over, the owl went. And of course, everybody in the village said, that's him, come to say goodbye.
Could this be a reason why some animals are considered messengers of death in many cultures? Behavior like that?
Yes, I think so. But also, in the Philippines, black butterflies suggest that you're going to die. So if you're walking along the path and you're being followed by a black butterfly, look out. So there are lots of nice stories like that.
Well, thank you very much, Peter. Very interesting.
Thank you.